here we are. Bag 23. What will it bring? It is a die that says just for you. That's pretty versatile. You can put it with anything. All right, so here's the die we got, and I was glad to see that it all does come out in one piece because I wasn't sure, so I cut it out ahead of time. I also cut up some pieces because I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do here. So I took out the Good Times paper pad, and I pulled out a paper with the stars and the stripes on it. And then, let's see, I'll start over here. So I have a 5x7 card base. So this is 3 5/8 by 5 5/8. And I'm going to put that on the front here. This is 4 3/4 by 5 3/4. So that's going to sit right on top of the base here. Then this will be here. So that makes this 3 1/2 by 5 1/2, which is going to go with the 3 5/8 by 5 5/8. That's just going to give it a little teeny tiny little border here. So I think that's going to go on here like this. Now these are just two ovals I had. Now this oval is it is 2 3/4 inches long, and it is not quite 2 1/2 wide. And then the size up from it actually had a ruffle on it. So I cut these out. And I took the stars that came with the stars and the bows from the other day, and I cut out some of the blue ones that matched this blue here. So I have that. But then I wanted to do something a little different. So I cut a piece of the 6x6 paper lengthwise, corner to corner. And I want to do something with it here. I'm not sure. So I'm still need to play with this a little bit. So let me move my stars over here. All right, so this is definitely going to go here. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and glue this down so it doesn't move around on me. Because this is definitely only one place for this to go. All right, so let's glue that down. And the Just For You is definitely going on here, like this. So let's glue that to the white. And this is nice. It's nice and thick and chunky. So it makes it pretty easy to glue on. Spread that out a little bit. And we'll put that on here. I like that. It's nice and chunky and it's all one piece, which is nice. Make sure that's in the center. There we go. That's better. All right, so this is going to go on here somehow. I think I'm going to raise this up. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on some 1/16 foam. So it won't raise it up too much. I'll just give it a little bit of lift. Because see, the 1/16 foam is really not that thick. I know you've seen me use it a lot this past month. This is not thick enough for a shaker card. You'd have to double this up for a shaker card. But it's good for cards just to give it a little something. Which a lot of times is all it needs. Doesn't need the full 1/8. This is going to go on here. That looks pretty straight. All right, so this much we know. And I know this is going to get glued on to here. I think. And this will be on here. So this gives us less moving pieces here. So I was trying to decide if I want to line this up here on the edge and put this on top. Like this. We'll just pretend these ends are cut off. That looks pretty good. Or do I want to like bring it over to this side? Have it like that. I don't think I like that as much. The third choice is to put it in the middle here. And then this would go like this. That's going to be subtly different than the first. And I don't think that actually does anything for it. All right, so I'm going to put it here on this piece. So I need to find 3.5 inches because this is a 7-inch card. So I need to find 3.5. That needs to come over further. Be fine, 3.5. There we go. I'm going to put one more mark. I was trying not to put a mark where I was going to have to erase it. But that doesn't seem to going to happen. All right, so if this is lined up here, then that will be here. And then once this dries, I'll trim off the edge. All right, so I'm going to slide this on here, bring it up to my mark, and make sure that's flush with the bottom of the card. Here's my little mark. All right, so that's good. All right, we'll give that a moment to dry. And while that dries, I will glue these two together. Now, this is just going to have the teeny tiny little border on it. Because these two pieces of paper, there's only a 1/8 of an inch difference between them, so the border around the outside is only going to be 1/16. It just gives it a little border. All right, so this will be on here, and this will be here. All right. I think that has grabbed. I think it's safe to cut it. Move this out of the way. All right, now to cut this, make sure you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to turn this upside down. Oops, see, that's hanging over a little bit. All right, now that's good. All right, so I'm going to put it upside down. I am going to put it up in the corner, make sure it's flush with the blade, and bring that down. Now we'll do the same thing on this side. Make sure it's flush, and bring that down. That looks good. All right, so now this will sit here, and that will sit here. And I don't think anything else needs foam, so I'm just going to glue this down. Then we'll decide where I want to put the stars. So I have 3 of them in blue. I could always cut out some in other colors. This will be in the center. That looks good. glue here. This will be here in the center. All right. Now for the stars. Let's see. I could always cut out more little ones if I decide those are too big. So that gets lost in the print a little bit. That one might be too big for this card. Well, I think even if it's up on foam, I think the star is too big. Put it on the back side. Because this star definitely has a obvious front and back. Guess it fits if I put it that way. And it's on foam. Oh, I lost my other little star. There it is. I'm just not sure if that big star adds anything to this card. All right, let me cut out a couple more little ones. Cut these out. All right, so I cut out 2 more of each of the 2 smaller sizes. I just think that big one just doesn't fit the card. All right, move these out of the way. Like that. All right, so now I have 2 mediums and 2 of the smalls. And 3 up here. I think I like that. Let me see. So this one has 2 medium and 1 small. This one has 1 medium and 2 small. I think they're both fine. They don't have to be exactly the same. All right, so I'm going to glue those down. So the stars are kind of acting like sequins or gems. I think that came out kind of bright and cute. So there it is. Door 23, 2 left. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see the rest of the videos, because even after I finish the advent calendars, I will still be making videos for the rest of the year. Because we will have Valentine's Day, we'll have Mother's Day, Father's Day, and so on. Subscribe and you can get a notification every time I post a video. And until tomorrow, stay crafty.